Hey guys, welcome back to class. This is Brian from BAM Anxiety, and I teach you guys to be yourself. If you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you know when I'm bringing out new content every single day. So in today's lecture, we're going to understand a little bit about flow states, my three-step process of how to ameliorate the development or, start catalyzing the development of you guys, and also understanding our levels of learning. Now, let's start with the levels of learning. You guys understand that there are things that you don't know. This is the unconscious incompetency. The things that we don't know. Conscious incompetency. We know what we know, conscious competency, and then we master it to the point that it just becomes a part of us, becomes autopilot, second nature, when it is unconscious competent. We are going through the stages of need, have, do, and be. We want to be able to function at this level at all times. Why? Because that's who we are. That's our true self. If we need to do something, that means that it's out of our control. We don't have control over the things that we're doing. There's a need. We're still functioning at the physiological needs. Having to do something means that Brian told you to do it, so I have to do it. It still comes to the point that it's not really what you want to do, but, besides the resistance that you have, you get stuff done. Doing is where people are constantly producing. They know what they know. This is the point where people start to master themselves. They start building more skills, and that adds on to how you're going to develop. You're freeing some of the energy, and that allows you to focus on bigger problems. Let's look at my three-step model. Flow, grow, and let go. I developed this during my 90-day program, and I had a student that was struggling the first couple of weeks. As I started to understand that a lot of people were going through the same process, I created this three-step process to create a catalyst. Now, flow is a meditative state that we get into when we're doing things that we love and that we're happy. It's the optimal level of performance. It basically creates a very simple smoothness to what we are doing in life. Now, if you know any athletes, any chefs, musicians, they go through this flow state. This flow state is basically being in the zone. The prefrontal cortex completely shuts down, and the part of our brain that discerns doesn't do anymore. It doesn't have the control over our mind. We're not generalizing, distorting, or deleting any information anymore. It just allows to come in through our subconscious, and then we move from there. So we have very specific areas that we hit when we have challenge and skill. So according to the level of challenge and our skill, we're going to feel certain emotions. If you saw the focus video that we had yesterday, it speaks about the different types of attention. Now, these attentions will create these emotions. We have worry and control when we have a medium set of skill and a medium set of challenge. When we have the challenge at a lower level and we have a high level of skill, we fall through apathy, boredom, and relaxation. It's really easy for us. It's not very challenging. It's not high stimulus. We're not aroused as much. When we have no skill and the challenge is really, really high, that's when we're feeling the anxiety. Then we can feel arousal and flow. Now, arousal is basically being able to put yourself physically in the pressure of the situation. Being able to create diamonds Pressure makes diamonds. Being able to go through pressure allows you to grow. Being able to work out and have your muscle rip creates the tension necessary for it to build stronger. Now, how do we get to flow to grow? Flow is very easy. You just ask questions. You take a self-inventory of what's going on and how your day went. How was your day? What went well? Well, you're very social. You did a couple of things that were very effective. You finished all your errands, and now you're going to rest and take a nice bath where you can kind of just get ready for tomorrow. Very productive day. Could you have done things and pushed them a little bit further? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So you take inventory, and that allows you to see what the potential is every single day as you're getting closer to your goals. Taking action is the catalyst for growth. Being able to see it for what it is, as not a challenge but an opportunity, because you are changing the psychology that you have. The positive thinking allows you to build momentum and cut the learning curve in half, because you're stepping into the pressure every single time. Everybody has to do it. That's how we develop, because the environment is asking that of us. Once we reciprocate, then life starts working for us. It starts happening for us rather than to us. So grow is basically just putting yourself into the tension and pushing things a little bit further. It could be in interactions, it could be with family, it could be in interviews, it could be in meetings. It allows you to see, okay, what am I really made of? And that's what we want to actually see, because we're trying to get to a point that we are being our true self. Finally, let's look at letting go. Now, letting go is a psychosomatic bringing to emotional equilibrium. Think about cats and ducks, how they fight and then they shake it off and they part ways. Emotion needs to release from the body. The thing is that because we're self-conscious, we hold on to that. And as we've seen in our coronavirus videos, we derive meaning from poor results, which creates bad belief systems. It's not good. It doesn't allow us to actually function properly in the world. So how do we let go of our old identity? Well, first we need to know that the fear of competition, failure, success, comparison, those will never exist anymore, because you're not coming from that place. You're coming from a positive flow. It's just going to keep going up. It's your duty and your responsibility to keep it going every single day. That way you grow. But you have to let go of any expectations that you may have for your goals, because if your goal is not as you expected it, you will be disappointed. Being disappointed leads to disapproval and then discouragement. It's not a good thing, because that's how we get into these lower apathy and boredom. So letting go is a simple technique. We can use the Sedona method or the release technique. The Sedona method is basically, what am I feeling? Can I welcome it? Could I let it go? Would I let it go? When? And if it's not yes, yes, and now, then there's some work that we need to do. Now, if we're digging a little bit deeper when it comes to approval, control, and safety, we're taking inventory of the emotions that are occurring. So let's say that you are feeling shame. This shame could be from whatever experience may happen in the past or even today. Now, does it fall in approval, control, or safety? Well, let's just say approval. Shame because of maybe your sexuality or who you are in the world. Could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Well, I want approval, right? Wouldn't you want approval? Well, let's just say that you can't stand up and sit down at the same time. So what feels better? Wanting approval or having approval? Having approval. Okay. So as you allow yourself to feel that, ask yourself, could you let go of wanting approval so you can have approval? Letting go of the want, because you're always going to want and never have, to just have. Give myself the choice to have. Yes. And could you let go of wanting so you can have? Yes. And what feels better? Wanting or having? Okay, so I let it go. Now it feels better. Now allow myself to actually have. And now we ask the final question, which is, do I feel as though I have approval or still want approval? If it's not yes that I have approval, then we have to go back and cycle up. We go through the same process until the point that we're asking, could I allow myself to feel even better? And could I let that go and allow myself to feel even better? Because we forget to let go of the positive emotions. And this is what creates attachments and aversions. Attachments are the things that we're holding on to. They're easy to know. When it comes to aversions, it's a lot more difficult to know because those are the things that we're trying to stay away from. People stay away from things that question who they are and make them question their identity and reality as well. So as we're going through the approval, control, and safety, we are letting go of attachments and aversions, specifically when it comes down to our old roles that we have chosen for identity. Being able to flow, grow, and let go will allow you to continuously go through the learning process fairly easily. Again, what it takes to master something, it takes about 10,000 hours. Flow has known to cut that learning curve in half. So from 7 to 10 years, you're looking at 3.5 to 5. And even that, you can cut it in half once again. So whatever growth you were planning to have within 3 years, you can do it in 1.5 years, depending on who is guiding you through the process. Now that we have a practical 3-step process for us to do this every day, try to practice it now. See what you can do to get in that flow. It could be writing, it could be drawing, it could be meditating. Use these small exercises to allow yourself to get into the flow. Being able to get into flow allows you to see things from a higher perspective. That allows the growth to become exponential and very consistent, because now any challenge that is brought forth to you is fairly easy because you're not thinking about whether you have the skill. You know you have the skill and the challenge is going to meet you halfway. It's almost as if life allows you to have potentiality and reality, and that's where they meet. Your potential to the reality of life. Finally, letting go allows you to have no expectations and allows you to actually manifest the intentions that you have. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out and about what I just talked about. Peace.